gas tank on. I couldn't get a flaring tool in there, so I put this here. We'll see if it leaks. Double flare. You're not supposed to use those really. And I put a piece of isolator. Keep the metal off of here. Rubber tube. It's kind of what they had here. I'm just going to run it all the way over. Put an isolator here with a tie strap, because over here they have one of these. I took off the other tank, but I don't have one of those. I put an isolator here. That's an old tank, old strap. And then here's the new straps that hold the tank up, but when I went to put this bolt through, that's stripped, so I gotta get another bolt. That's the problem with these old cars. It's one step forward, one step back. But I got this other car over here. And you see the strap hanging down that bolts to the, like near the license plate. I'm missing one of those bolts and one of those clips. See if I can take those off of here. See if I can take that strip bolt over there off the front of that strap. And I just cleaned up and got ready. So that's tomorrow. Okay, I took the gas tank off of this car to get some pieces. Namely, this is the part that goes up towards the trunk. And it's held on with, I took off a bunch of stuff, but this is the piece I was after. Kind of goes like that. So I got two of those, and then I pulled off some other brackets that was there. I might as well pull off all this stuff, because this car is just going to go to the junkyard probably. Anyway, and you can see this tank, it's a little different. For one thing, there's two pipes. I think it's a return and a fuel line, whereas 76, I think that's a 74. 76 has the vapor line, which I guess they added right about these years. And I started getting into emissions. And here's the one that came off the car, same thing, 76. And to show under the car, see the strap goes right. I don't know if I'm so close up, let me see. The strap goes in there with this nut. Comes down, bolts there. But you can see that I'm missing, if you look at this side, I'm missing this clip. And this clip I just took out the other car. It's going to slide, I have to clean it up, but it's going to slide in like this with this bolt going through there. For some reason I can't find the bolts, and I remember this clip broke off a long time ago. So that's one of the reasons I bought this car, is just to get these little pieces. And then you can see, if you look underneath, here's where I put all this I forget what they call it now, my memory's not what it used to be, this seam sealer. I just put it around all the seams of everything, and it's all hardened up now. You know, I bought just a generic. It's hard as a rock. So I'm not trying to make, like I said, I'm not trying to make this car perfect, but if you can buy the cheap stuff, then why not? Some Bondo. The other day I was Bondoing the cars. There was a couple holes. I don't see any other ones, any other spots. Anyway. So I was just saying, again, this is video, so I can start and stop whenever I want. But I just searched everywhere. And I tried to mark everything. And this says fuel tank, clamps, gas tank, strap bolts. So here's the one I just took out that other car. See, everything's different all the years. Let's see if this bolt will right into there. They look the same. So I'll just, my sandblaster, if the sand's not wet from sitting all winter, I'll just sandblast these parts. And now I don't have to go searching for them. That's the real pain in the ass about this. What goes where when you didn't have it, or you can't remember. Okay, I sandblasted the bolts just because I had to. There's so much rust. Here's the one that was left in the car. Here's the two I took out of the other car. And I took out some other brackets, so I just did them at the same time. And I'm just gonna spray some. This is not what I want to spray. Or is it? I want to spray that rust killer. Darn it! Hang on. Rust treatment. This stuff works really good. This is what I've been spraying all over the car, and it's been killing it. But these, they got embedded oil and dirt. That's why you got to clean them. Got the heater blowing in the background. Tomorrow I'll spray them with paint. So I'm just going to spray this one for the heck of it. See if I show it tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to. But again, that's full of dirt. What'll happen if there's rust? The rust will turn black. Yeah, it's the next day. I just cleaned up the Harley, took it for a ride, and now I go back to this. You see, they did turn black, at least where I hit it. So after I put them on, I'll just spray some of this on it, wherever I can get. And what I do, I think I said it in my other videos, every bolt I put on, I put some lube or grease out of my grease gun, so they'll never rust, or hopefully they'll never rust. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna try to put this gas tank in by myself because I don't have anybody around to help. So I just put 2 bungee cords, and I'll see if I can slip it in there. I also got to hook this up. This is the sending unit. And I got a ground wire. So we'll see what happens. All you can do is try. There's fuel lines in the way. Okay, well that's a start. Now I'll just look at it. I gotta look at it for a minute. Yeah, this is 15 minutes later. Haven't been able to find those straps, so I'm just gonna have to keep searching. It's either I have them somewhere, or I threw them out by accident. So anyway. Okay, I found the straps. Now I gotta figure out how to attach them. They go in this flat area. I guess I'm gonna need some kind of spray adhesive. Not sure if I have any or not. Now I gotta search for that. So I might not get to it today. And I might work out something different than these bungee cords. Maybe I'll put some ratchet straps. But this is a good way to good start. I mean, what else can I say? And then I hope these straps clear this fuel line. Let me just try it. Yeah, I gotta have something under here. So there's no problem on this fuel line over here. This one here. I just have to go like that. So I'll just put it back down. Okay. For now. So like I said, I gotta hook up this ground. Make sure I hook up this ground. It goes over there. And this wire, let's see if I can reach it. Right as it sits, I'm about 3 inches short. So I gotta get it up higher and in. It can be done. I've never done this before. Like everything on this car, it's just a matter of you just keep working at it. So I'm looking through my pile of stuff. Paint, oil. I found the spray adhesive. Now I'm trying to find the lens cap that goes on my camera. Sure, it's gonna be nice to get this damn fuel tank sitting. It was been sitting right here for the last 3-4 months. Well, I decided I'm not gonna spend more money. I'm just gonna go around and put everything on I have, like that rear end, this fuel tank, and just this. When I get stuck, I'll get stuck and I'll move to something else. When I can't go any further, then I'll spend some money if I have to. Well, I know I'm gonna have to. So here's a 74 gas tank. It doesn't have that backup for the fumes. And then here's the one I took out of the car. It's got a backup, but for some reason I don't have the gas cap because it's different than the one you see. There's no threads in there. There's one thread. And then the new one, which I just took a plastic plug out of, this was in there. No, I guess this is the same. But for some reason, this darn camera, for some reason, this is the wrong one. Maybe I have a right one somewhere. Again, it's been so long. Anyway, just something I want to remember. This is the wrong one. That's the type it is. So for now, I just gotta put tape over it. So I also I'm taking those bungee cords off and putting these ratchet straps on. Motorcycle tie downs. This way I can crank it up into place, and right now I need to reach in. And see if I can hook up that the sending unit. Way back in there, but now I can hook it up, I think. Of course, now I can't see it. It's not just popping on. Get this thing out of the way. I think it's on. There's a little metal lip in the way. It's on. And there's this ground wire that I gotta make sure I get up to the front, because that's gonna screw in after the tank is up. Getting old, it hurts to bend over, my hip hurts. Look at the ground wire right here. I think I need to lower this down. Or do I? A little bit at a time. I'll move this ratchet up to here. Put this I can't think of the term. This anti-squeak pad on. Okay, why isn't it going up? Come on. Get the ground wire. First, this strap is in the way of this, so now I have to try to move it. That was easy. So I'll see if I can go a little higher. I'm sure the gas. You know what? This is the right spot. Yeah, it's okay. It's working out really good. Actually, it's in place. I'm looking at the shackle. I got about 1 inch from the shackle on this side. About the same here. So this is where these, I can't think of the term, but basically to keep the tank from rattling and squeaking, I just put some kind of, like I showed yesterday, but yesterday, I know in a video it seems like yesterday was 2 minutes ago. This is what I got, so this is what I'll use. I'll just put it on the strap. Let me turn it off and read the directions. Again, I'm recording this for me when in the future when this car is done someday, but here's the old strap. It's like tar paper. So I'll just go up to the bottom just like this one. In fact, I could probably measure it right here. Seems to be that long. That's what I'll do. Any shortcuts I can think of. Trying to tilt the camera up and hold this strap. One more time I'll measure on this tank. I think it's that long. Actually, I've got a little bit longer right there. I think it should be. I'm just going to walk off camera, check it. Yeah, that's good. So shake it and let, I don't know if I said shake it, spray it on, let it get tacky. Hopefully this stuff is still good. You use this to put the insulation up on the ceiling and let this can. Make sure I get the corners because that's where everything always comes off. And I'll just wait. I don't know how long it's going to take. Yeah, it's pretty tacky now. It's been about 5 minutes. Better take my coat off. I don't want to get this stuff all over my coat. Or my arms. Or I mean my shirt. So I'll start on this end. Goopy. I was to do this again, I'd put this on first. I just forgot about it. It will slide a little bit once you put it on. As long as you don't let it set up all the way. I mean, that's what I'm learning. Move it around a little bit. Yeah, I was just watching another video. I'm just talking. And they didn't put one of these on there. I know it's gonna squeak. Trans Am, I can't remember which one. Sticky stuff. I'm gonna have to clean my hands after this. It's like kind of like snot, but 10 times worse. Maybe I'll put tape on both ends just to keep it from falling off after I wash my hands. Because I can't touch anything. I'm gonna push this off button. So I don't know if you can see it, but the corner's peeling off until it dries. This stuff came off with goof off, that's what I had laying around. Get something to hold this temporarily. That side. Peeling off. It's not really peeling off over here for whatever reason, but if I get a phone call or get a call away, I don't want this thing falling off. As it falls, it sags a little bit. Fix this. I'm looking for the other rag I had. I lost it. Feel it between my fingers. off. I don't know where I got that. So that's it. Now I'll just think about what I need to do next, like the ground wire or the straps. I got a little bit more stick 'em on my finger. Get that off. This ground wire goes over right there. These straps. You can't even see. Up in there. I'll put it set up a while. So that's it. So that's how the straps go on. That's how the fuel tank sending wire goes, and the ground wire goes just like I showed it. So I don't know if I had the camera on or not, but here's where the back of the fuel tank strap goes. Just loosen that, lift it up, it'll come out. Here's where my new lines are. Coming down. So these just have to hook in like that somehow. Again, I want the same length. I don't know. See what happens. These could be a little shorter, but then they're up in there where I can't reach them. And then this strap right here. It's gonna go up into that hole, and the ground hole is right there. Go for the ground strap. And this is the driver's side. Decided to shoot some more video. If I can. So the driver's side on this year, maybe all years. This is 3/8. This is the 3/8 line that goes this way. So I'm just gonna go. Boy, cut it right about there. And just put a clamp around it. You know, I took it apart, it was so filthy I couldn't see anything. And the rear end was in the way. It's nice because the rear end isn't in the way. I can get right in here. Easy. Now I'll look at the other side. Okay, I think I just showed this, I can't remember. So there's two sides on here. There's return, two sizes. There's a return and a vent. So these have to go. It'd be nice if this was shorter, but it's not. Anyway, these are gonna have to go. I'll have to think about it. Like that. Yeah, that'll work. You know what I did over there on my sandblaster, when it's a tight and I don't want the kink, just wrap some copper wire around it. Kind of like this stuff here. So it won't bend. I don't have anything that'll fit over these hoses. And then this one, we'll just hook up there, so it works. Thank goodness. So the lines will work. Everything else is hooked up, that's tight. I just have to do the straps and the ground. So maybe I'll have one more video later when it's all hooked up. But again, so let's just do this one more time in case nobody else is watching. And I want to remember, this is how I did this tank. but the existing tank. Looks like this. So if we turn it around the way it is, move the camera. So here's those two lines I was just showing you on the passenger side. I did them about the same length. And then this side, you get this screwy thing where there's two lines over here, but one of them comes down, goes back and up and over. And you notice they put this flex material wherever they make tight bends. So that's it. Pretty sure you saw that, or I saw it for me. Well, I will tell you, there was a little bit of fuel in here. And so I took it outside to dump it, and there were holes all over this tank. Like I can see one right there. Hope I don't blow it. I don't think I'll blow myself up. Because I drained it. The hole there. Hole there. I can see the hole there. Hole there. I'm sick of looking at that thing. I'm gonna take it outside right now. I don't ever want to look at it again. I've been looking at it for months. As the winter went through, I didn't feel like coming down here. Started working, practicing guitar. Yeah, I just took another video. Here's the ground wire hooked up. It's awful tight. Here's these bolts. I guess it's getting looser as I tighten it. Oh, that's tight enough. There's so much pressure on this thing. It's not going anywhere. This thing worked really good. thought of it.